disconnected, I'll pop back on. But thanks.
Yeah.
We are live.
Great. Well, let's get started. I'd like to call to order the Development Review Commission meeting for February 2nd, 2026. Before we get started, are there any changes to the agenda needed? Hearing none. Staff, please call the roll.
Yes. Chair Lundstrom.
Present.
Vice Chair Mino.
Present.
Commissioner Diz.
Present.
Commissioner Bates.
Present.
Commissioner Sangri.
Here.
Commissioner Salunke.
Present.
Commissioner Helen Leek has not joined, and we have Councillor Afghan also present this evening.
Thank you. So that moves us on to item number 3. I'd like to welcome Councillor Afghan to give an update on City Council activities.
Thank you so much, Chair Lindstrom. I'm happy to be here. This is my second time with DRC. 3 years ago, first year I was the city councilor, and I wanted to first share with you what I'm going to be doing in these meetings, and then seek your guidance if you want more or less. I thought that I would bring to you some of the decision that the city councilor has made in relationship to annexation, so you sort of know where we are, and also talk about the bigger projects that may be coming on our radar. Past that, anything that's relevant to DRC, I was going to bring in and share them with you. And I was hoping that if you want more or if you want less, you could share with me. At the same time, I'm planning to be here the first meeting of the month, and then give you my update and then leave. If you want me to stay for any reasons, then I will let you bring that up so I can stay for any part of the meeting. So with that, I wanted to share that all of the annexation that has come to us, we have approved them. We have not rejected any of them, at least not the last two months. The project, I don't have those annexation numbers handy. So in the future, I'll share with you which ones they are. The South Shore Fire Department and demoing and building a new one has a lot of support from the City Council. The project estimate is about $20 million plus dollars. And I believe in tomorrow's meeting, we're going to have a study session. I know that the majority of the city councilors are in full support of that project. Also, we had a study session 2 weeks ago at the city council meeting, and we talked about library. There were 6 of us in attendance, and all 6 are strong supporter of a new library. As some of you may or may not know, the library was outdated soon after it was built, and it requires substantial amount of money to upgrade it and catch up with all the maintenance, and it's well past its life expectancy. Where it's going to be, we don't know right now, but we wanted to start looking at how big should it be, what should the budget be. So from there, then we could start looking at what are all the properties that could be available, and go that direction. But as you know, these larger projects will take a long time to come to fruition, but it's time to start talking about the library. Those are the updates I have. Do you have any questions, comments, concerns that you want to share with me?
I have no concerns at all. I appreciate your update, Councilman. I think we appreciate your participation. Just showing up and giving the reports, shows a little bit more support for the DRC. We appreciate that participation. I think for you, after your report, it is appropriate for you to just ask if there's any questions and then part your ways from there, so you don't have to be stuck in the long drawn out process of what is the public hearings all the way through deliberations, because some of those get pretty lengthy. I know you got a long day already out in front of you, and you spend enough time in different kinds of meetings. So I think just the update like you're doing right now is very appropriate. And it helps us move forward and keeps us updated with what's happening.
Great. Thank you so very much. Since there are no other comments or questions, I'm going to say good night and leave the meeting.
That's very, any other commissioners have any questions for Councilman Afghan leaves? So, all right.
Thank you, Councilor
All right.
Afghan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night, Councilor. All right, that was great.
I want a real quick note that it looks like Commissioner Leek has joined the meeting.
I have, but I can't get my video to work. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, but I don't, for some reason, my camera's not working. I don't know. Sorry.
that's okay. You made it. That's what's important. Okay, so now we'll go on to item number 4. We're moving on to the minutes for January 22nd, 2026. Are there any notable changes to the minutes needed? Okay, will someone please make a motion to accept the minutes for January 22nd, 2026?
White Sangre will make a motion to accept the minutes.
I second that motion.
Great.
Staff, please call the roll.
Chair Lindstrom,
Aye.
Vice Chair Mino,
Yes.
Commissioner Dews,
Aye.
Commissioner Bates,
Aye.
Commissioner Salunke,
Recused.
Commissioner Leek,
Yes.
Commissioner Sangre,
Yes,
601.
Thank you. On to item number 5. This will be the findings for LU 25-0040. This was a request for approval of a development review permit and design variance for an exterior remodel of an existing commercial building located in the Lake Grove Village Center overlay. No site improvements are proposed. The site is located at 4250 Mercantile Drive. The staff coordinator was Evan Franstead, senior planner. Are there any questions or comments on the findings? Hearing none, can someone please make a motion to accept the findings for LU 25-0040?
Dwight Sangre makes a motion to accept the findings of 25-0040.
I second that motion to approve LU 25-0040.
Thank you. Will staff please call the roll?
Yes. Chair Lindstrom,
Aye.
Vice Chair Mino,
Yes.
Commissioner Dews,
Yes.
Commissioner Bates,
Aye.
Commissioner Salunke,
Recused.
Commissioner Leek,
Yes.
Commissioner Sangre,
Yes,
601.
Thank you so much. Moving right along on to agenda item number 6, schedule review and management update.
Thank you, Chair. So I wanted to let you know that we do have 3 upcoming public hearings. The first will be the hearing that was continued from, I guess it was last month. That was for the 11 lot subdivision. You continued the hearing for written testimony only, and that will be on February 19th. I do know that we received a few comments that are being reviewed by staff, and so there will be a staff memo with some attachments to that. That night, we will also have a hearing for a major variance request. This is for an extended two-garage or two-car carport in front of a dwelling, so a major variance similar to others that we've processed in the past. And then the next hearing date, which is March 2nd, hopefully we'll have findings for those two hearings. And this is for a conditional use modification and DR development review permit for the new school up at Forest Hills Elementary. And so that one will be on the 2nd of March. Any questions about those upcoming hearings? I will send out my usual email with that tentative schedule, just so you'll have that those timelines available for you.
Will both those meetings be in person or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they will.
Okay.
Yeah, and unless we are doing just minutes and findings, we always have to meet in person. And I did see that there was some complications from the hybrid meeting that, you know, there's no way to anticipate that. So appreciate your patience when Jessica was covering for me. Jessica Nimonolu, the community development director, was covering for me last time. One other thing that came up while Jessica was covering, just wanted to note that when we do have a tentative decision from the commission, when it comes time to adopt those findings, we have always had the practice of having your votes to approve the findings match your tentative decision. So if you voted yes or no with the tentative decision, when it comes time to adopt the findings, your vote should, our practice has been that your vote match. And that is just to ensure that if a vote does change, like the outcome of the vote does change because you have changed your personal vote, we don't have to reopen the hearing or have anything put on the record. I think that there are two ways to look at it. You can look at findings as kind of a majority opinion, if you will. And you could look at your vote that night as, okay, I accept the findings as reflecting the majority opinion. But again, our past has always been that the final vote and the final decision reflects your tentative one, unless you do want to change your vote. In that case, we have addressed that in the past. And if that happens again, I'm happy to help work you through that process before the hearing and explain what should happen to let the rest of the commission know and what needs to be put into the record as far as documenting that change in vote and that potential change in outcome. Are there any questions on that, or do you have any thoughts or concerns about discontinuing our normal practice?
I just want to clarify. So that's 2/19, right? That'll be February 19th.
Yes, that's a Thursday.
Thursday.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so thank you for asking about that question. Yes, it will be, since that Monday is a city holiday, we will be meeting on a Thursday in person, and that's February 19th. Which means it's a quick turnaround for the March 2nd hearing. So I apologize for that, but.
Understood. Thank you. Will this be, I understand the continued written testimony, that was for the 11 lot subdivision. They requested to keep it open. Will there be findings for the previous, I can't remember the exact case number. I guess I could send this offline, but for the multiple trees, but then we denied the one single tree number 1 on Upper Drive.
Right. So thank you for asking that. So as background, the reason I brought up the tentative versus final votes when you're adopting findings is with the tentative decision on that tree appeal, and that was 3520, I believe, Upper Drive. 2 commissioners voted not to approve. Oh gosh, how do you say that? 2 commissioners voted not to. Oh my gosh, it was so twisty. So the staff recommended approval of removal of all. The commission determined removal of all except 1, which is a tree up at the front, and that was the tentative decision. And 2 commissioners voted not or against that motion. They wanted the applicant to be able to remove that last tree. And that is fine. The majority ruled there. It was 5-2. When it came time for the adoption of findings, the vote was 7-0. Approval in allowing the removal of most trees except for that one. And again, not an issue because it didn't change the actual outcome of the vote. The majority still ruled. But if the applicant were to have appealed that decision, or if somebody else had appealed that decision, it does introduce just a slight discrepancy in between the tentative and final votes. And that's why I was giving the feedback now again, that we have our typical process. There's another way to look at it as that final vote just reflecting the majority opinion. And so you could say, yes, even though my vote initially was deny, I can change my vote to yes, because what I'm voting on is actually the reflection of the majority opinion. We've typically done it. So I just wanted to make sure that the process, how we've done it, is clear, to open it up for discussion if you want to consider a different way. I did talk to Attorney Miller, Suvani Miller, about it, and she noted that you could go either way, but that our typical practice was the first.
Larry, was your question, have we finally approved that decision?
Yeah, so those findings have been adopted. That appeal period, thank you, Commissioner Leek. That appeal period, I believe, is over to today. Sorry, my antivirus software just popped up. And we did not receive an appeal. Well, we received a request for an appeal, but it was not within the parameters of what we're allowed to accept. And no other appeals were received, and a modified appeal wasn't received.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners.
I have a question on this. If this scenario plays out again, is there an established protocol other than, tentative votes kind of matching the final votes? If a commissioner was to change their mind and change their vote, is there a protocol in place that we should be aware of? In the sense, do we update the staff or the city staff, and are there any steps that we need to be aware of?
Yeah, and that's that happened fairly recently. So it's I would say 75% clear in my head. If you determine after a tentative vote that you are reconsidering, you've re-examined the record, and you find that the vote that you want to make wasn't the one that you did, then yes, please do reach out to me. We can talk about what the impact of that change in vote will have. It is also a courtesy to let the other commissioners know via email that you will be changing your vote. Obviously, if the outcome changes from yay to nay or vice versa, there are steps that we take, but it's really up to the commissioner themselves whether or not they want to put their reasons in the record. I think it assists, if that decision gets appealed further, it assists to know why at the public hearing with deliberations, the vote was one way, and then why with the final vote, it went another way. But talking to our consulting attorney, and I haven't confirmed this with our current consulting attorney, and so I can do that, but there really isn't any protocol around that. It is a tentative vote. You are not bound to it. You are hopefully at a point where you do have enough information at that tentative vote to feel comfortable in your decision. But, upon re-examination of the record, if you find that you want to change it, that path is available to you. And we can talk about, when it comes up, we can talk about how you're comfortable communicating that at the next hearing when the adoption of findings is before you.
Thank you.
Any other questions on that? Okay. So one thing I wanted to ask was how the Boards and Commissions Summit went on, I believe that was the 15th or 16th of January. I saw that there was a survey that the city manager's office sent out, but did you have any feedback on if you were able to attend, how that went?
It was different. It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun. I would say that they should schedule it on a night when there's not a swim meet, because parking was a disaster.
Oh no, because you were
And
out at the
honestly,
Lorax
if it had
Center.
been raining, I would have gone home because I had to walk 10 minutes to get to the meeting from my parking space.
Yeah, some of
Yeah.
us had to go over to the high school to park.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
was there the
And-
pathway now from Cloverleaf down to Lorac that you could use? You just
Well,
kind of
if
tromp
there
through
is-
the
There
baseball
was, I
fields?
couldn't find it. I
We couldn't find it.
Yeah,
And the
Oh.
school is pretty well fenced off for security
Mm.
reasons, and I get
Yeah.
that. So
yeah.
just,
Mm.
that's my comment.
Okay, so organizationally wise, a little bit challenged, but I'm glad to hear that looks like you all enjoyed the process at least.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do. I just want to say that the venue was great. I thought, besides the parking, I thought that that clubhouse space was perfect for the
Yep.
event.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice, so that's being useful for the community and for the city.
Mhm.
It's a great facility.
It is.
Okay, well, if you were able to attend and you haven't filled out the survey yet, I know the city manager's office would appreciate your feedback. So be sure to get that survey done. The final item that I have tonight is, as Commissioner Mino knows directly, but wanted to let the rest of you know, our staff is working with the applicant and internal review on tree code amendments. And they're still, I think, I don't want to call them rough, they're still in the beginning stages. But the community development director does believe that they're going to be ready for broader review but a little bit later this spring. And so with that in mind, she has requested a joint meeting with the Planning Commission, the DRC and Planning Commission on April 13th. And that is, I believe, the second Monday of April. So that's a normal Planning Commission meeting date, and they would host you, the DRC. She would like to send out the tree amendments, the code amendments, as they've gone through this more internal review process, and have you review them and discuss them with the Planning Commission on the 13th. So if you can put that in your calendars and think about whether or not you'll be available. I would say, even if you're not available that night, if you do have feedback, I'm sure that team would be appreciative of it.
Do
But
you know
any
what time it's going to be?
I believe that the Planning Commission begins their meetings at 6:30. I think they're just a half an hour earlier than us.
Okay.
So, and I think that would be the only thing on their agenda, I believe.
I'm assuming we'll get literature up front to review prior to, so we can
Yeah.
bring questions.
Absolutely. It's not a very good review when you're seeing it for the first time that night. So I'm not sure how far in advance it'll be available. There's a lot going on at the city, and so we're having to juggle priorities and everything. But it is, I think, a very important task for the Planning Commission and especially the DRC to take a look at that tree code, since you have been implementing it. I know one of the recommendations is that for certain type 2 tree removals associated with housing, they are looking at a public hearings officer for an appeal, and that would be it. So it wouldn't take all tree appeals off your plate, but it would take ones associated with the development of housing. And so that's a potential amendment. And I know how much you all love tree appeal hearings, so hopefully if that passes, that's good news. Commissioner Mino, does that reflect the direction that you're familiar with as well? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Seemed like it was all, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, the April 13th meeting, would that be Zoom or in person? And if in person, where is that at?
Oh, yes. So it would be in person and it would be in the council chambers. So basically it would just be like one of our public meetings, but on the second Monday and at 6:30.
Oh,
And
thank
I'm
you.
not sure I'm not sure what the setup will be like. Obviously, there's not room for 2 commissions up on the dais, so we'll have to see how that's arranged. Okay, well, that was it that I had for updates. Like I said, I will send out an email hopefully tomorrow, basically just giving you the tentative schedule so you can see that written out for you. Oh, sorry, one other thing. I didn't realize Commissioner Bates, your term is actually up this June as well. I've been speaking to Commissioner Leek about it, but I totally didn't see that yours was also expiring. So let me know if you have any questions about
Great.
reappointment and that whole process.
For sure.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll just make a plug. I hope you elect to rejoin us. Okay, unless there's any other questions, that is all I have.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody.
Have a good
Well,
night.
now we're on to item number 7. So thank you for your time. Thank you for joining from afar. Thank you for joining in general. You guys all have a great night. I'm adjourning this meeting.
Thank you. Good
Thank you.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Cheers.